Hello, it's your boy Smudge Talks. Today we're going to be ranking the Jojos Part 1 characters. This will be antagonist, Jobros, and the protagonist. So, as going for number 1, we have, our favorite boy, Jonathan Joestar. He's goated, but he's definitely up here. He's definitely might be definitely in an A tier. We got our boy Dio. So if you really want to think about Dio, so in the beginning with Dio, he's kind of a jag, you know what I mean? Like he's here, but so like when in the beginning he's like a C. But due to character development, it definitely puts him up towards the B through S kind of tier. Personally, my liking for Dio kind of sits in the B tier in part 1. Next we have William Zappelli, the man, the myth, the Haman user, as everyone likes to call him, or the Zappelli user. I don't know, I'm being really weird. But William Zappelli, personally, he kind of sits in a C kind of tier. But if you really want to take his name, and then he sits behind Dio in about a B tier. Of course, Speedwagon. Of course, he's gotta sit way up in the S tier. Speedwagon's an absolute GOAT. Everyone loves Speedwagon. Like, if you don't like Speedwagon, what are you, a real JoJo's fan? The man's in 2 different parts, and he dies alone. Oh yeah, but wait, that's technically part 2 spoilers. But who cares? He's an absolute GOAT. We love him. He's a meme in himself. He's the best waifu, as many of the JoJo's characters JoJo's fans like to call him and all that. But yeah, he's alright. He definitely gets that S tier. We love him. Love you, Speedwagon, the GOAT. Next comes Jack the Ripper. So he's technically the first vampire besides Dio to kind of show up because Dio wants him on his team. So he definitely gets about a D, not D tier, roughly about a C tier kind of. And a C tier because he's alright. He's okay. His powers are kind of actually good if you really want to think about it, but the ability to shoot knives is okay. Next comes Blueford, or actually, yeah, it's Blueford. I forgot what they call him in the English version of it, but just because of what they call the localization name of Blueford, he definitely goes up in the S tier. And plus, he actually gives Jonathan, the pluck sword. I don't understand why he calls it pluck though. It's like it's luck, but not. Then we also have Tarkov. He kills best boy, somewhat best boy, William Zappelli. Sad. But if you really want to think about it, he's actually kind of goated. The man's really tall because technically Jonathan is like 7 foot something, right? I don't remember. He's tall. He big tall. But because of his character, he didn't really have much character development. He really doesn't deserve to be on anywhere up above C, maybe even D. So he gets to go in the D tier. Next comes like Chang Li or something like that. Chang Li is an okay character. He helps Dio become kind of what he is, and then after he gets decapitated by Jonathan, this man becomes kind of his like secondary user and also becomes a vampire. Past that, he doesn't really help like at all in the story. He's just kind of there. Besides, to sell drugs to Dio as well. So he gets to be up in the C tier under Jack the Ripper. Next comes Doobie. Just because of the name, I want to put him in B tier because of what it possibly could be. But I don't really ever remember this in the anime because I think this might be a manga only. But for now, because of the fact that I kind of like the name, he goes up in B tier. The final character, at least of what I decide to choose, is Adams. The man, he's definitely one freaky looking dude. He's probably gonna go C, maybe D. Honestly, I'll put him in D for now, but honestly, I don't know what to think of him because, like, it's pretty goated, but I don't like the tongue. It's too much hentai-ish. I think that'll do. I don't think I really need to move anybody around. Because, like, as much as I like Jonathan, he's just because he's the protagonist. Technically, Speedwagon is an antagonist and a Jobro because he's just kind of there. So, Speedwagon, definitely S tier. Blueford, definitely S tier. Jonathan, definitely A tier. Maybe if I decide to put an A plus tier in here, I would. So, probably A plus. Dio, about a B because he's there, but he's really not there. He's just kind of there to cause more havoc. And You know, of course, he's like, I hate you, Jonathan. But in reality, it's like when he dies, he's like, oh, yo, he dead. Dang, I'm kind of sad. William, goated, dies a little too early. Honestly, it would have been nice if we saw him make it to the end of the show. Doobie staying here because close to weed. I don't know, just like the name. Jack the Ripper at C. Jack the Ripper will stay at C because he's just kind of there, and everyone kind of likes Jack the Ripper. Coming in C is Chang Li. Chang Li's. I guess actually, I honestly really don't know where to put Chang Li. I think I'll put Chang Li. I'll just keep Chang Li up in C. Then there is Tarkov, the most annoying brute, but does fight Jonathan, which makes him, you know, more kind of goated and gives him that ultimate final push after he kills the Pele, because it makes him become the ultimate Haman user. And you know, then it leads into part 2, but whatever. And then Adams, I don't even really remember Adams, so I guess he's gonna stay here. But if you guys like this video of me naming off my favorite Jojos, Joe Bros, and villains of the part, let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like button, check out the Weebardo podcast, and remember, we will rule the world!